This is how you basically make any service business make 100K plus a month, providing that you don't fuck it up because you can't fulfill on it. For example, right now, I'm running ads. These columns aren't correct because there was conversion duplicates in the CRM because we're just setting it up. But this is 21 days old, this account, 159 leads in there. And essentially the bottleneck right now is fundamentally it's the person running the business. Need to, for her, set up appointment setters. So get someone to qualify all of the leads as they come in so that she doesn't have to do it, because right now she's fulfilling and she's the only one fulfilling. An appointment setter in place, anyone that's actually qualified, like super hot, ready to buy, then she can get on call with them and it doesn't take time out of her day and she's doing actual activities that are productive to money making. As I said before, I'm going to be using Tasty, this business, as the example. If you want to read about it, there's the link. Go have a look. This is how you do it. Short, sharp, and it's simple. You set up the business. So you register an ABN or a company, ACN. You can register your ACN later. I'd register it after a year or whatever, because you don't need to spend that money up front. You don't need to. It's $540 or whatever. And then you pay $230 a year. Get some money in the door, then buy it. An ABN is free. Start as a sole trader. You will have zero liability. You're not going to get fucking sued in your first 6 months of business unless you're an absolute fucking spastic. Common sense here. Go on ABR, apply for an ABN, click the button, done. Piece of piss. Anyway, creating a catchy name. First step. I like to do a $100 million name test, and I'll use a story here. Think of all Facebook, Google, Airbnb. What the fuck? These names are all weird as. Tasty, I picked that name for a reason. It wasn't Adelaide Car Detailing. Adelaide Car Detailing is very generic. Tasty is what the fuck does that mean? It creates curiosity. It creates that intriguing, that stop pause moment for people. So when you think of your name, think of something weird. I like to keep it under 6 letters, characters, and then ask yourself, if I sold this company, if I sold Tasty for $100 million, would I be able to sell it with this name? And then sometimes the names are like shit house, and no way, dude, that sounds shit. No way, I can't see that name at that size of business. So that's how you do the naming, and that's how I do naming. Keep it fast, keep it simple. Probably good ways that you can think of some names. You can add FI to it for tech companies. A lot of tech companies are what's something on my desk? Water bottle. So you can call it bottle FI or some shit, bottlify. And R, brander, how you see my business. Bottler. That sounds pretty expensive. Look at big companies make heaps of money. Look at how they come up with their names. Most of their names don't make sense. Do what they do. Model it, don't copy it. Next, develop a logo. Easiest way to do a logo to get started straight away if you have no experience. For any business, takes 2 seconds. You don't need to pay anyone. Dafont and photop.com are free. Bottler as the example. So I type in bottler. I went to Dafont, the top, bottler, 200 fonts, and then I'll just go through here and I'll look for something that doesn't look shit. And you have to have a good litmus test. You have to be a little bit autistic in a sense. This is where most people go wrong. They can't be honest with themselves. If it looks shit, genuinely say it and don't use it. Look at it and be like, does that look good? Does that not? And this is kind of the subjective creativeness that comes down to you. This is on you. This is the framework. This is the mindset, but you're the individual that has to make this shit happen. Potentially add a full stop or some shit to it and it'd look alright. Let's go large size just to prove the point. Okay, it's not bad. And how about for illustration point, let's just use it and we'll come up with something. So I'll download the font, come in a Photopea, new project. When you start a business, you need basically an 800 by 800 logo, and then you need to create a Facebook cover picture. Let's do it for Bottler. Okay, Bottler logo. DPI it needs to be 300, but I'm not going to do it because it'll slow down the actual process of recording. So click T up here, load font. So I clicked load font, loaded the font, and then it should be there. Click T, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so you can click on the sidebar here and then Control on your keyboard to select both of them, and then you go up here, center it, click that button first. I'm just going to do this. You can rewatch it. I'm going to do it at real time. And then center vertically, horizontally, so it doesn't look shit. Let's add a full stop in there. Cool. Boom. Logo done. And then I go File, Export as PNG. There's the logo. And then Save. And then you can use that logo across everything. If you want the version without the background, which you'll need as well, turn the background off. Go C on your keyboard. And then basically drag this down to a size where you can save it. In the future, at some point, if you ever do need to get signage done, do the same process, but do it in Illustrator and save it as an Illustrator file so that they can res it up. massive. And then fucking, that's the one without the background. It's a PNG. Cover photo for Facebook. Take a picture of something you do that isn't a piece of shit picture that's low res. Pay someone with a camera to take one. If you can't pay someone, find the money and pay them to do it. I collected 10-cent bottles and sold them when I first started to get money. I found this picture. It's high res. I'm going to scale it up. And then this is, again, comes down to your own creative ability. Tip here is look up rule of thirds, learn about this, click the videos button, and then go through every video until you understand what rule of thirds is. Proportionately, things need to look like not out of line, and they need to sit on that line, or that the subject can sit on that line. Subject being like this chick sitting on this line. She could also sit on that line, and you frame it as you're like doing it. You can kind of think it through these grids. I've done this a long time, so I'm just gonna fucking do it where I think looks best, just off the eyeball. What I need to do is also bring in the logo that we made before. Let me just drag that in like so. We'll center it. Centered. Double click our picture here. Very simple. This is so easy. And then let's put like a 50% opacity overlay on that, and voila, look at that, there's our cover photo. Boom. And we're going to export that off PNG, FB cover, save. Bottler, if you want to be a little bit fancy, you can add a slogan underneath there as well. Develop a logo, we've registered ABN, come up with a catchy name, and now we've got like a business in a sense, somewhat. So let's keep cracking on.